Most people try to set up dynamic display remarketing in Google Ads and then they get stuck. So why are the static images still showing? Why does Performance Max steal all the remarketing traffic? And what's with Google asking for backup assets if you already connected your product feed? In this video, I'll give you the no-nonsense guide to getting it right the first time, step-by-step setup, the pitfalls that waste your budget, and how to actually make sure your ads show the products that your visitors looked into. Hey everyone, I'm Kayla from Profit Pandas, where we help small e-commerce brands run smarter Google campaigns every day. Stick with me because by the end, you'll know how to build a dynamic remarketing campaign that actually converts. And hey, if you like the video that cuts through the noise, hit the like button now. It helps more people see videos like this. And if you're serious about leveling up with Google Ads, go check out our Smarter Google Ads 2025 series after this. That one's a full deep dive on strategy. Part 1. Before you even create the campaign. First thing, remarketing only works if you have the audience for it. That means your Google Ads tag or GA for it must be sending events like page views, add to cart, or purchase. What you will do is open tools and then settings in your account, and then audience manager, and then data sources. Check that your Google Ads tag is firing, and most importantly, that you see the ID parameter coming through. If that's missing, your feed won't match products to visitors. And a pro tip is to make sure you're seeing at least 10 active hits, ideally hundreds. That tells you the system has enough volume to actually serve dynamic ad. This is the step most people skip, and then they wonder why their dynamic remarketing looks like generic display ads. So if you're following along, comment display below so I know that you're locked in. And that's how you check your tag to make sure the ID parameter is firing. Without it, your dynamic remarketing just won't work. Actually, there are a bunch of different ways to add this remarketing tag: GA4, Google Tag Manager, and even custom setups, as long as it's pushing the right product IDs. If you want me to break down all the methods in another video, drop a comment and let me know. I'll make that happen. Part 2, creating the campaign. So inside Google Ads, click the blue New Campaign button, choose Sales as the goal, pick Display as the type, and name it something clear like DR, 30-day visitors. Now here's the most critical part. Under More Settings, Dynamic Ads, tick Use Dynamic Ads Feed for personalized ads, and then select your Merchant Center feed. So if you want to filter, say, only show a certain product category, you can, but for most stores, a broad feed works best at the start. And don't forget location targeting. Set it to people in or regularly in your target country, not presence or interest. That burns money outside of your market. Now onto languages. Leave it wide open. If you only keep English, you risk excluding shoppers who have browsers set to Spanish or another language, even though they live in the US. Part 3, budget and bidding. Dynamic remarketing needs breathing room. Look at your account's average cost per acquisition or return on ad spend before deciding. If your average cost per sale is $100, don't start this campaign at $10 a day. Google's algorithm won't have room to learn. There's a few good starting points. One is for new accounts, maximize conversions until you get volume. For established accounts, switch to target cost per acquisition or target return on ad spend once you see steady conversions. And please set realistic budgets, enough for at least one conversion per day at your account's average cost per acquisition. If this is helpful so far, drop a comment with your store's niche. I'll try to reply with a tip specific to your industry. Now on to part 4, audience targeting. Add your remarketing list here. The best practice is to build multiple windows, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, even up to 540 days. That lets you test short-term cart abandoners versus long-term browsers. And exclude your converters. If someone just bought a sofa, there's no need to spend money showing them another sofa ad tomorrow. And here's the sneaky trap that Google plays. Optimized targeting is on by default. Turn it off. Otherwise, Google will start serving your remarketing ads to cold audiences who never visited your site. That's why so many advertisers think remarketing doesn't work. Their budget's really just going to the wrong people. Part 5, ad creation. Dynamic ads will pull your product images, titles, and prices from your feed. But this is where confusion kicks in. Google still requires fallback assets, a square image, a landscape image, a logo, headlines, and descriptions. Well, why? Because not every ad slot supports dynamic formats. When your feed can't fill in the slot, Google falls back to those static assets. So upload your logo and add at least one square and one landscape image. I would write 3 to 5 short headlines, 1 long headline, and 2 to 3 descriptions. And this is optional. Set a fixed call to action like shop now, instead of letting Google auto choose. From there, you can preview responsive display ads in all formats before publishing. That way, you know what shoppers will actually see. And finally, part 6, pro tips and troubleshooting. Now let's cover the stuff that nobody tells you. Let's start with reporting. Dynamic remarketing often looks like fallback ads in reports, and that's normal. Unfortunately, Google doesn't give detailed product-by-product breakdowns in display campaigns. Let's talk about the Performance Max overlap. If you already run Performance Max, it will grab a lot of remarketing traffic. But don't panic if your standalone display remarketing has less volume. Use it mainly for control and testing. Placement exclusions. Always exclude mobile app placements. Unless you're advertising another app, they eat budget and rarely convert. Do this in Google Ads Editor with one click to save a ton of time. Volume check. If your lists are too small, under 100 active users for display, your campaign won't serve. Build audiences as soon as possible, even if you don't use them right away. And that's how you set up a dynamic display remarketing campaign in Google Ads the right way. So to recap, make sure your ID parameter is firing. Connect your product feed. Turn off optimized targeting. Upload fallback assets, exclude converters, and give Google enough budget to work with. If this helped, hit the like button. It really supports the channel, and subscribe if you want more practical tutorials that can actually save you money in Google Ads. And when you're done here, go watch our Smarter Google Ads 2025 series. That's where we cover the strategy side, columns, tracking, and growth frameworks that pair perfectly with this tactical setup. This is Profit Pandas, helping e-commerce brands run smarter ads. See you in the next video.